There are moments in life when your heart feels something it cannot explain, a calmness that makes you pause and wonder if Allah is guiding you towards someone special. You start noticing small shifts, your thoughts, your intentions, your du'as, changing in ways you didn't expect. These are not coincidences. Sometimes Allah sends subtle signs that the person meant for you is closer than you think. If you've ever felt these gentle hints, this message is for you. Sometimes Allah places a sense of calmness in your heart regarding a specific person, and this feeling is unlike anything you've experienced before. It is a quiet, soft reassurance that settles your thoughts instead of confusing them. This calmness is not based on looks, excitement, or worldly attraction. It feels clean, sincere, and guided. When you think about that person, your heart does not rush or become restless. Instead, you feel grounded, steady, and protected from emotional turmoil. It is as if Allah is gently reminding you that this connection is safe and pure. This feeling often comes without you asking for it. You may try to deny it or ignore it, yet the calmness keeps returning, almost like a sign of comfort placed by Allah. It doesn't push you toward haste or pressure, but gives you space to think clearly. This inner peace becomes a quiet indication that the person might hold a meaningful place in your future. When Allah places the right person in your life, the thoughts connected to them naturally guide your heart toward goodness. You do not feel pushed toward anything inappropriate or impulsive. Instead, thinking of them makes you more aware of your actions, more mindful of your intentions, and more eager to protect your relationship with Allah. Their presence in your mind encourages you to choose what is halal, to stay disciplined, and to maintain healthy boundaries because you feel a sense of responsibility before your Creator. This person becomes a reminder of who you want to be, not who you want to impress. Your thoughts become clearer, softer, and more purposeful. You find yourself reflecting more, avoiding unnecessary distractions, and wanting to purify your heart. The connection itself feels respectful and uplifting. Nothing about it pulls you toward guilt or regret. Instead, it strengthens your desire to remain sincere and obedient to Allah in every step you take. When the person is right for you, you often notice a quiet shift in your spiritual habits. You begin to approach your prayers with more consistency because your heart wants stability and guidance from Allah. This person becomes a reminder of the kind of future you hope for, one built on faith, respect, and sincerity. Their presence in your life encourages you to raise your standards, not for them, but for the sake of becoming someone worthy of Allah's blessings. You may also feel more motivated to let go of old habits that no longer benefit your soul. Acts of kindness, honesty, and patience start to feel more natural. You begin taking responsibility for your emotions, your choices, and your path. Instead of seeking attention or validation, you focus on inner growth and purity. This positive transformation, sparked simply by thinking of that person, is a sign that they influence you in a meaningful and spiritually healthy way. Sometimes, when Allah wants to guide your heart, a certain person appears naturally in your du'as without you planning it. You may be making du'a for your future, for stability, or for a righteous spouse, and suddenly their name or their image enters your heart softly. It doesn't feel forced or imagined. It simply flows with sincerity. This gentle presence during du'a often feels pure, humble, and free from obsession. You are not begging for them specifically, yet their name returns with a sense of quiet hope. This experience can happen at unexpected moments, during prayer, before sleeping, or when you're seeking clarity. It is not constant, but it appears just enough to make you reflect. You don't feel overwhelmed or confused. Instead, you feel guided to ask Allah for whatever is best, even if that includes or excludes the person. The natural way their name settles into your supplications becomes a soft indication that your heart is being directed with wisdom and balance. At times, Allah sends reassurance through subtle and meaningful signs that gently guide your heart. These reminders are not dramatic or overwhelming. They come quietly, yet they leave a deep impression. You may experience a dream that carries clarity or calmness, something that feels different from ordinary thoughts. It doesn't create pressure, but it brings a sense of direction. Other times, you repeatedly encounter something connected to that person, perhaps hearing their name unexpectedly, crossing paths in moments you did not plan, or receiving advice that aligns perfectly with what you were already feeling. These signs do not tell you to chase the person or assume certainty. Instead, they encourage reflection and patience. They appear at moments when you are confused, helping you regain balance. You begin to notice that these reminders arrive exactly when your heart needs stability. Such gentle guidance often becomes a way for Allah to strengthen your trust, showing you that He is aware of your journey and knows what is written for you. A person who is written for you often inspires you to rise above your limitations and develop qualities you may have neglected. Their influence is not based on direct interaction. Sometimes it comes simply from observing their character, their manners, or the way they carry themselves with dignity. You begin to recognize the value of patience, kindness, and emotional maturity. Their presence makes you more aware of the type of spouse you wish to be, someone dependable, respectful, and sincere. This quiet motivation encourages you to refine your intentions and build habits that reflect true faith. You may find yourself becoming more responsible with your words, more thoughtful with your decisions, and more mindful of how you handle your emotions. They remind you, without saying anything, that love rooted in faith requires effort and growth. This influence does not create pressure. Instead, it brings a sense of purpose. Their effect becomes a sign that Allah might be preparing your heart for a meaningful and righteous bond. When Allah has written someone for you, the journey toward them happens with a beautiful sense of ease and timing. You don't have to force situations, chase answers, or rush outcomes. Things begin to align naturally, often in ways you could never plan yourself. Even setbacks become part of the path, guiding you toward what is better. You start to notice that whenever something doesn't work out with the wrong people, it eventually leads you toward clarity about the right one. This unfolding feels protected and purposeful. You also realize that nothing meant for you slips away. If this person is part of your destiny, Allah will keep reconnecting paths, softening hearts, and opening doors at the right moment. There is no confusion, only patience. You feel a quiet trust that what is written will arrive with honor and purity. This reliance becomes a sign itself, reminding you that Allah's timing is always wiser than your own plans. Remember, when Allah shows you these signs, it is a reminder to trust His plan and stay patient, knowing He knows what is best for your heart. Keep your intentions pure, stay consistent in dua, and let your faith guide you. May Allah bless you with a righteous spouse who brings peace and faith into your life. Share your heartfelt prayer in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Graceful Deen for more uplifting Islamic reminders.